Vítejte u dalšího Fate Stay Night Remastered. Už se nám nebezpečně blíží Vánoce, já jsem slíbil, že tuhle hru dohraju do Vánoc. Takže, byste si měli kurva pospíšit. Jsme v 8. dnu. A já to nebudu dále zdržovat. Jdeme. Hrát ten nejlepší Fate Stay Night našeho života. Okay, počkám si, až se to save the game, Hell no. Okay, 7. února. Sword and Magic 2. Ja, dobrý, ok. Všechno by měl jet. Jdeme na to. See you, Shiro. I'll bring something home, so be good. Fujina waves as she heads out for work. I'm going to get going too. I need to swing by home, so I'll be a little late. I should be back by dinner, though. Don't do anything rash while everyone's gone. Alright then. It's 7:30 in the morning. I see the two of them are off without incident, so there's only one thing left to do now. Okay, we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. Let's head to the dojo, Saber. Oh, are we going to begin training right away? You have just eaten. Perhaps it would be best to wait a while. Don't worry about that. I've trained myself to a point where stuff like that doesn't affect me. And today's breakfast was bread, right? I don't live an unhealthy enough lifestyle for something like that to affect me. Well, if you insist, I do not mind. Good. Good then. Let's just go. I spent all night coming up with ways to get at least one hit in, so I want to show you the fruits of my labor. Okay. Koukejte, jak nám nakope kurva prdel. Ow! I'm unable to dodge Saber's counterattack. Both the Shinai and I tumble to the ground. My fingers tingle where they grip the Shinai. Saber's counterattack lands as I lunge in with all my might. I had figured brute force was my only option. No shock that I dropped my Shinai and fell right on my ass after an attack like that. Damn! I thought it would work. Shiro, your expectations were unrealistic. Listen, you will not be able to defeat a servant simply by acting out of desperation. It is one thing to be determined, but you must first consider your opponent. That may be true, but I'll lose if I stay on the defensive. I have to strike if I find an opening. That is true, but you do not understand how to properly utilize that opportunity. If you are to strike so desperately, you must wait for an appropriate opportunity. That goes without saying. I saw you looking away for a brief second that last time. I've only seen you do that maybe one other time, so I thought it was my chance.
とっさにその判断ができたのは評価しますが、今のはあえて作った隙です。
I applaud you for noticing that and deciding to act, but I looked away deliberately.
この程度では動じないだろうと期待して視線をそらしたのですが、まさか一直線に踏み込んでくるとは思いませんでした。
I did so thinking it would not be sufficient to prompt you to move. I did not expect you to charge straight at me. Fuck. That's pretty mean, Saber. You shouldn't mock amateurs like that.
からかってなどいません。こちらで仕掛けた策であれ、好きである以上は多少のリスクを負います。
I was not mocking you. It was simply a ploy, and creating an opening such as that carries with it a degree of risk.
最も視線をそらした程度のリスクと、捨て身で突進してくる指導のリスクは、計りにかけるまでもありませんが。
However, the risk I take by looking away and the risk you take by charging straight at me are simply not comparable. So what you're saying is that I should be less obvious about seizing an opportunity. If I make a big, obvious attack, I'm squandering the opportunity. So you're saying I should be considering the opportunity and acting to suit it.
はい。ですから、後期の大小の読み分けをしっかりしてください。
Yes, you must learn to judge the value of the opportunity you have.
ですが、昨日よりは格段に、生き死にの境界線には鋭敏になっていますね。危険を察知する感覚が身についてくれば、誰と戦い、何を打つべきかは、おのずと絞られてきますから。
However, I must point out that you are much better at discerning the boundaries between life and death than yesterday. As you develop a sense of danger, you will become more able to determine when to fight and strike on your own. Saber looks pleased. Unless it's my imagination, she seems happy to see her student improving a bit.
そろそろ休憩時間ですね。水を汲んできましょうか、シロ。
It is almost time to rest. Shall I fetch you some water, Shiro? No need. As long as it's just water, I filled a whole kettle, so I'll just drink from that. I dragged my fatigued body towards the wall. After wiping the sweat from myself with a towel I brought along, I take several gulps from the kettle. Whew! I take a deep breath. It's been almost 3 hours since I saw Tosaka and Fujine off. I've spent every minute since sparring with Saber. As usual, Saber doesn't explain much, and I don't ask her any questions. Kurwa, sorry. And I don't ask her any questions while we cross swords. I have pretty much no chance of winning, but I do seem to be moving better the more I fight Saber. I'm not expecting to improve my fighting techniques. The point here is to train my body, not my mind, to get accustomed to battle. Kurwa. It's better than doing nothing, and since I'm starting from basically nothing, there wouldn't be much point here unless I spend time working on this one thing. If all I do is think about how to fight when the time comes for me to face a master, I'm dead. Saber just doesn't even break a sweat, huh? I'm a little disappointed, but I shouldn't expect to be on her level in just a day or two. And just like yesterday, Saber rests, seated in a Seiza position. It'll be a waste to just sit here. I might as well take the opportunity to talk with her. Okay then. Oh. Je tady to... What the f... Tolik možností tady není, bráško. Jo, ne, co jsem to postaral. OK, já myslím, že když se jí budeme ptát na věci, které jí asi zajímají, tak to by mohlo pomoct našemu bondu. Prosím. Yes, sir! Why does she want to fight so much? I might be able to understand her convictions a little more if I find out why she wants the Holy Grail. But can I really ask her that? Saber, can I ask you something?
何でしょう、シロ。
Yes. What is it, Shiro? Well, there's something I forgot to ask. You're lending me your power because you want the Holy Grail, right? So, what is your wish for the Holy Grail?
聖杯を求める理由ですか。ただ欲しいからではいけないのでしょうか。聖杯は万能の器です。手に入れれば叶わない願いはない。それを求めることに理由などありません。
Why I seek the Holy Grail? Will it be satisfied if I simply tell you that I want it? The Holy Grail is an omnipotent vessel. There is no wish that cannot be granted once you obtain it. One should hardly need a reason for seeking such a thing. No, that's not what I'm asking. Saber, you're dodging the question.
シロ、それは。
Shiro, that's... I'm not asking why you're seeking it. I want to know the wish you want granted. But if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. Wishes aren't always something to be shared. ... Saber closes her mouth, embarrassed. I'm not surprised. Saber didn't form a contract with me to help me. Masters are the only ones who can obtain the Holy Grail, so she is only here to assist with that. And that's why she's hesitant to tell me her wish. But most of all, I don't want to hear her tell me about her selfish wish. So I shouldn't have asked. I don't... Bro. Besides, it's just disrespectful for someone without a clear wish to ask about someone else's wish.
シロ、それはマスターとしての命令ですか。
Yo! Shiro, are you commanding me as my master? That catches me off guard. Saber turns to look at me. Her gaze is serious as her tone. No, I'm not. I didn't mean it that way. I was just curious. Sorry for asking such a dumb question.
いえ、確かにサーバントとしてマスターには己が望みを口にしておかねばなりません。
No, as a servant, I do need to disclose my desires to my master.
シロ、私が聖杯を求める理由はある責務を果たすためです。私は生前に果たせなかった責任を果たすため聖杯の力を欲している。
Shiro, I seek the Holy Grail to fulfill a certain obligation. I desire the Holy Grail's power to fulfill the responsibility I failed to see through to the end in my lifetime. She looks straight at me. I see no deceit in her eyes. Fulfill an obligation? And when you say lifetime, do you mean before you became a servant?
はい。ですが、私にも本当のところはわからない。
Yes, in all honesty, I am uncertain of my own intentions.
私はただやり直しがしたいだけなのかもしれません。
Perhaps I only desire to do things over. Saber looks down quietly. For a moment, she looks like a lost child seeking repentance. Okay, I'm actually relieved. I was worried you were going to say something Tosaka would say, like world domination.
リンが聞いたら怒りますね。彼女はそういうことを口にする人間ではありません。彼女ならば聖杯を自分のためだけに使うでしょうが、それは決して世を混乱に陥れるものではないでしょう。
Ren would be angry if she heard that, but she's not the type to say such a thing. She may use the Holy Grail for herself, but her wish would certainly not bring chaos upon the world. You think so? I still think she probably shouldn't be the one to get the Holy Grail. I nod to myself. All the while, Saber watches me, her expression gentle. This conversation ends here. I should never have brought this up. The mood between the two of us eases thanks to the mention of Tosaka, and I decided it would be best not to pry. But the ache in my heart still remains. Even though I was relieved to know Saber's wish was not a materialistic one, I felt there was still something amiss with it. The next thing I know, it's noon.
お昼時ですね、シロ。
It would seem to be lunchtime, Shiro. Yeah, it is. Both our stomachs growl in agreement. Let's eat. Is there anything you'd like to eat, Saber?
私は特にシロが用意してくれる食事ならおおむね満足しています。
Not in particular. Not in particular. I have been satisfied with each meal you have prepared thus far. Saber puts it kind of oddly. Well, at least she's not picky like the Osaka. I'll go do a bit of shopping. I'll probably come back the same time as yesterday, so we'll rest in the living room until then.
はい、期待しています、シロ。
Yes, I will be waiting, Shiro. Okay, na tom shopping tripu jsem neměl nic postarat. Ani bychom neměli potkat Ili, jestli si pamatuju z anime. I decided to try making shrimp balls for lunch. I've always wanted to try making them at home. They'll be piping hot balls of ground shrimp, a bit bigger than takoyaki. I bought some mustard and I'm all set with the snacks for our 3 o'clock snack time. I load my purchases onto my bike. That reminds me. I met Ilya here yesterday. She's not here today. Well, she probably shouldn't be coming here every day. Somehow, not seeing her is disappointing though. I haven't told Saber or Tosaka about meeting Ilya yesterday. She didn't confront me as an enemy, and I'm hesitant to tell them about her in the first place. Just because she was here yesterday doesn't mean she'll show up today. So I really should get on my bike and... Oh. Sloučáte? Co toto znamená? Ty mi dává další srdíčka. Možná, když se zastavíme v parku, tak potkáme Ili. Jako asi by dalo nejčíst samozřejmě, asi kanonicky bude jít rovnou domů, ale... Pojďme se do parku. I'll just take the long way home. It's just about a 5-minute detour. I'm being whimsical here, and I don't need to make excuses about that. A s kým nám to dává? Teď já si už nepamatuju ty Fate anime. Stalo se tohle? I park my bicycle. I step into the park. My groceries still on my bike. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this in the first place? It's just so impulsive of me. I just had the passing thought it would be nice to see her. And then I see a silver-haired girl standing off on her own. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. If I wanted, I could just leave. But if I were going to do that, I wouldn't have come here in the first place. Ilya. Who's there? It's just me, Shiro.
Shiro?
Shiro? Is that really you? Is that really such a surprise? This park's close to the shopping district, so me passing by here isn't all that strange. I'm honestly more curious why you're here again. Do you have that much free time?
実はそうなの。あんまりやることがないから遊びに来たんだけど、セラはシロには会っちゃダメだって。どうせもうすぐ殺しちゃうんだから。シロと遊んでも楽しくないって言うのよ。
Yep, you're exactly right. I don't really have anything else to do, so I came here to play. But Sela said I shouldn't see you. She said it would be no fun to play with you because I'm going to kill you soon anyway. Well, that... Whoa. It makes it really hard to come up with a response.
けど私、それは違うと思うわ。だって、シロといると楽しいもの。だからね、ここにいたらシロに会えるかなって思って、ずっと待ってたの。
But I don't think that's true, because being with you is fun. So I've been waiting here all this time, thinking I might meet you again.
シロが来てくれてよかった。
So I'm glad you came, Shiro. Wait a minute, don't tell me you were waiting for me this whole time.
そうだよ。
Yep.
ずっと前からね、シロが来たらいいなって思ってたんだから。
It's been a real long time. I was thinking how nice it would be if you came here. You dummy. I thought you didn't like the cold. If you want to see me, you should have come to my place. Oh, okay, maybe not. If you met Saber, that would definitely lead to a fight. But still, there are plenty of other places you could have found me. You had no trouble finding me at the shopping district yesterday.
それはダメなんだ。私から会っちゃダメなんだもん。昨日のは一回だけの反則なの。
No, I can't do that. I can't go and find you myself. I just broke the rules yesterday. Just that once.
だから今日はシロが来てくれそうな場所で待つことにして、こうして見事成功したのでありました。
Já teď to uložím. Tak, ne? Ne? Uložím. Hádám, že nám to dá minusový body z ilí, když tohle reloadnu. Když půjdu od tady té možnosti. Že já bych chtěl jako farmit tu... Já bych chtěl farmit Saber. To nám dá bod... Oh můj bože! Já budu bohatý. Go straight home. Saber's looking forward to lunch, and I'm really not in any position to make a detour. I don't have the time. Yes! Víc Saber bodíků. So I make the shrimp balls, one of my specialties. It's not really a proper meal. If anything, it's more like a snack to have with alcohol or something. I learned to make it while working at an izakaya bar.
シロ、これはとても熱い。
Shiro, this is very hot. Saber tries to put the fried ball, which is between the size of a golf ball and a tennis ball, into her mouth. To je velká koule. Saber, do you not like hot foods? Or do you not like food that looks so crude?
いいえ、どちらも問題ありません。この暑さは面白いですし、味付けも粗雑でありながら、きめ細かい気配りが感じられる。
Čeknu stream, jestli dobrý, jenom v pohodě. No, neither is an issue. The dish being served so hot is interesting. And while the flavoring seems simple, I can still tell care and effort went into its making. Yeah? Well, I'm glad you like it.
はい。リンやタイガに分けてあげられないのが残念です。
Ona se warm-upuje k ním. Yes, it is a shame that we cannot share this with Rin and Taiga. Saber continues eating in silence. She's eating more than usual, so I figure she worked up an appetite training this morning. This may not be very manly, but I really like having people eat food I prepare. All the more so when they say it's delicious. I'm a poor excuse for a master, so if I can do something like this to make Saber happy, I should work harder on my cooking, huh? Saber is staring intently at her empty plate. Saber, if it's not enough, I can make more.
いえ、もう十分に堪能しました。足りないなど、そのようなことはありません。
The biggest fat ass of history versus the biggest fat ass of the modern era. Já myslím, že Ogurike by... No jako... Ve fighting abilities by asi Saber byla lehce lepší jako Ogurike, ale Ogurike vyhrává na talířích. No, I have enjoyed plenty. I'm not saying that I did not have enough. Oh, really? Then let's have our after meal tea. I'll go make it real quick. So wait here. Oh, that's cute. I pick up the empty plates and head to the kitchen. After I've put the dirty dishes in the sink, I put the kettle on to get the tea started. Oh, hey, how about we try a different tea? I stick my head out from the kitchen, but then I hear something.
しかし、これは問題だ。シロの料理は美味しい。
Uh-oh. This is becoming a problem. Shiro's cooking is just too delicious.
彼に今から食事を断たれてしまったら、私は間違いなく戦闘意欲をそがれてしまう。
Okay, takový mindhrátky jsem očekával. If he were to stop cooking, I may find my will to fight slipping.
私もまだ甘い。何度か経験したはずなのですが、兵糧攻めとはかくも恐ろしいものだったのですね。
I'm still too soft. I've experienced this many times in the past, but I had no idea starvation tactics could be so terrifying. Okay. I take back what I just said. I had to stop putting so much effort into my cooking. If I make my meals more elaborate, she might end up making me her personal cook. Yep. Too much of a good thing doesn't help anyone. We finish eating lunch, then continue our training in the afternoon. I keep crossing blades with Saber, never getting tired of it. We keep training, and only plan to stop when Tosaka and Fujine come home. But our training is interrupted by the sound of the doorbell.
Shiro, 来客のようですが。
Shiro, it appears you have a visitor. Yeah, I heard it. I'm going to go get the door. So you stay here, Saber.
いえ、招かれざる客ということもありえます。万が一に備えて同行しましょう。
No, it could potentially be an unwanted visitor, so I will accompany you, just in case. Saber has a point, but while she's right, if the visitor is Saber, the neighbors do think I'm the only one living here. Then again, well, guess I'll deal with that guess I'll deal with that if it happens. Sakura and Fujine already come and go freely, so there's no point in me worrying about the neighbors. Alright, come with me then, Saber. But if the visitor is just an ordinary person, keep quiet.
分かっています。私はシロの遠い親戚ということですね。
I know. I'm supposed to be your distant relative, correct? Yep, that's our story. Okay, coming. I rush to the entrance amid the sounds of incessant ringing.
お邪魔する。具合が悪いというから様子を見に来たぞ、エミヤ。
Oh. Teď to definitivně, jako nevím, já nemůžu říkat kanonická rovta, protože to anime rádoby není asi kanon, jako je kanon, ale co je můj kanon? Můj kanon je, že prostě miluju Saber. Pardon my intrusion. I heard you were not feeling well, so I came to visit, Emiya. Oh. It's not an enemy or a neighbor. It's a friend from school. Oh, it's just you, you say?
なんだとは失礼だな。見舞いに来た知人に対して取る態度か、それが。
That's a pretty rude greeting. Is that really how you should receive a friend visiting out of concern for you? Even as Issei complains, he hands me a paper bag. What's this? Apples?
見舞い品だ。普段風邪一つひかぬエミヤが病欠しているのだから、それぐらいは持参する。
A get well soon gift. Considering you hardly ever catch a cold and skip school, I thought I should at least bring something to make you feel better. I'm grateful for his concern, but unfortunately I didn't take a day off because I'm sick. And besides, a bag full of apples doesn't seem appropriate for a young guy like him to bring as a get well soon gift.
どうしたエミヤ？果物は苦手だったか？
What's wrong, Emiya? Did you not like fruit? No, I do. It's a little complicated, but I really appreciate the sentiment. I bow to him to show my appreciation.
エミヤ、つかぬことを聞くのだが、お前の後ろにいる女性は何者だ？
Emiya, this may be a silly question, but who is the woman standing behind you? Huh? Saber? Saber is standing just behind me. Oh, I get it. Issei must have locked eyes with Saber when I bowed when I bowed to him.
見たことのない御人だが、 なぜかような女性がエミヤの家にいるのだ。
I've not seen her before. Why is a woman like her at your house? Issei gazes intently at Saber. He's extremely shy and always scold to new people and people he doesn't like. Well, her name's Saber and...
四郎の遠い親戚です。この家の主人だった桐次が外国にいた折、懇意にさせていただきました。
Sorry guys. Mám velkou alergii na práci. I'm Shiro's distant relative. I got to know the former master of this house, Kiritsugu, when he was visiting overseas.
先日こちらに観光に来たのですが、縁を頼りに宿を借りているのです。
I came here the other day to do some sightseeing, and I was allowed to stay here, given my connections with the family. Huh? Saber makes the story sound pretty convincing.
エミヤのお父さんのお知り合いでしたが、聞けばかなりの旅行好きと聞いています。あなたのような人と知り合いになることもあるでしょう。
So you are an acquaintance of Emiya's father. I see. I hear he loved traveling, so it's no surprise he had befriended someone like you in his travels. What? Issei, who's supposed to be extremely bashful around strangers, accepts the story so easily.
なるほど。事情は分かったぞ、エミヤ。
I see. I understand the situation now, Emiya.
病欠というのは口実で、観光に来た彼女の案内をしていたのだな。
Your sickness was just an excuse. You've been showing her around, haven't you? Oh, yeah, let's just say that. Well, in broad terms, nothing I've said is entirely untrue, I think.
ならお邪魔しても構うまい。ここまで運んできた礼として茶でも振る舞ってくれ。ここ2日ばかり学校で起きた出来事でも世間話にしよう。
Ej jo, už tam byla Ilia a Berserker. Dobrý den, Koel hraje 6-6-2-1. Protože ty jsi měl vždycky takovou profilovku. Epické jméno, každopádně. Ilia a Berserker byli lehce v druhém dnu, Koeli, nevím, jestli jsi zapomněl lehce na... Ne. Ty byli v prvním dnu, jako ráda by v prvním dnu, co byl Shiro Master. Já už jsem v 8. dnu. Co to je za fucking jméno, já nevím. Se škol hraje 6-6-2-1. Já jsem ani nevěděl, že máš takovouhle... No, aha, ty si normálně jmenuješ Koel. Ale tvůj ad je Koel hraje 6-6-2-1, ti sebral Koel hraje, nebo zkus si odstranit to číslo v settingsích. Jo, to je tak, ano, přesně tak, to je tak. To bylo vytvořený YouTubem. To je staračka. To bych se styděl. Každopádně, ty to spoiler, to není spoiler. Když se nebudeš koukat, tak Ilia je tady. To bylo 2. února, já jsem teďko jeď. Já jsem už jsem v 7. únoru. Kompletně jsem zapomněl na dny. Takže jak jsi daleko? To je dobrá otázka. Jako teď mám druhý den, kde Shiro skipuje školu, aby mohl trénovat se Saber ráno. Já jsem samozřejmě šel s routou, kde co nejvíc farmím Saber body. Ale já myslím, že se za chvíli už bude blížit Rider Fight. První. Víte, co to je za to píče, já nevím přes ten emotikon srdíčka, to je taková pičovina. Víte, co to tam je za tolik možností? Já nevím. Já právě že vůbec nemám tušení. Tady to měl být... Tady to vede někam do jiný routy, to tak vypadá, ale... Já jsem měl tady na možnost jenom 2 věci. Tady ty 4 další možnosti jsem neměl otevřený z nějakého důvodu. Nevím proč. Nevím, jestli kdybych měl třeba špatný vztah se Saber, tak by to třeba vedlo k jiným možnostem. Což hádám, že takhle funguje. Nebo že kdybych měl třeba s Rin větší bond, nebo... No s Ilí nemůžu farmit, nebo se Sakurou. Tak hádám, že by mi to dalo jiný možnosti, ale... Protože jedu plně Saber, tak mi to dalo jenom tady ty 2. A já jsem si vybral samozřejmě tu možnost, která mi dala víc srdíček. Takže to je moje teorie. Then you won't mind if I come in. Go prepare some tea for me in appreciation for what I've done for you here. To je do piči, nevidím. To je možný, ale myslím, že možná budeš muset zkonzultovat Wiki, abys měl všechny routy unlocked. Jako mám, počkej, když se kouknu na flowchart a pojedu hodně naspátek, tak tady mám Unlimited Blade Works. Protože v Unlimited Blade Works routě šla Saber se Shirem do školy, aby zcheckoutoval věci, jestli je všechno v cajku a jestli je bezpečná. A tam potkali Soichira. Tak tady to je... Já nevím, jestli to je jako správná branch, já nevím, jestli... Protože i když jsem v tom Unlimited Blade Works routu, tak mi to pořád píše jméno Fate. Tak nevím, jestli to je správně, nebo jestli to vede k špatnému konci, já nemám tušení. Takže já jsem... Neměl jsem zatím šanci, ani energii, ani vůli se ještě skrz to divovat, takže nemám tušení, jestli to je ta pravá Unlimited Blade Works routa. Ale uvidím. Protože... Já myslím, že jsem locked, protože začátek Unlimited Blade Works začíná jinak, jak začátek Fate, protože ve Fateu, když máš první encounter s Lancerem, tak samozřejmě Lancer fight jde normálně ve všech routách. Ale když Saber se potká s Archerem, tak ve Fate routě ho instantně knockoutuje. A Rin musí použít command spell, aby ho callbacknula, aby se ho zavolala na zpátek. Ale v Unlimited Blade Works Shiro použije command spell, aby donutil Saber přestat útočit. Což já tady nemám. To tady není available. Takže to je ta divergence. Takže... Hej, ano, takže hádám, že tady to je špatná Unlimited Blade Works routa. Hádám, že to je prostě nějaký špatný konec, že by z toho vyšel. Až se k tomu dostanu, tak se k tomu dostanu. A potom ti o tom všem povím. Ale počkej, ok, čekám. Čekám. Čekám, brácho. Co se děje? Já poslouchám. Co se děje? Ráško, ty mi tak komplikuješ život. Ano, to je bohužel můj extent me knowledge. Beru to z anime, ano. Jestli to je kanonický, to už je otázka toho light novelu, teda light novelu, visual novelu, skrz který se musím dostat. Takže možná teď to je i pravá Unlimited Blade Box Routa. Co já vím? Ano, to je taky pravda. Hej, jako, co já vím, já zatím se pomalu dostávám skrz Fate Routu. Velice pomalonku. A tím pádem třeba použije Rinse Seal v obou routách. Je to possible. Je to definitivně possible. Ale hej, uvidím. Hej. Ona je tady úplně na začátku možnost, počkej, já k tomu scrollnu. Kde úplně na začátku hry si samozřejmě můžeš farmit Sakura pointy. A Shiro má sen. Buď si můžeš vybrat, že sníš o meči, nebo nějakou druhou možnost, kterou si už nepamatuju. A já jsem samozřejmě snil o meči. Což mi dalo minusový bodíky se Sakurou. Takže možná tady jsem mohl jít do Heavensfieldu. Možná. Je to possible. Já jsem to jako, co jsem z mýho krátkého vyhledávání na internetu viděl, tak prej musím dohrát nejdřív Fate. Jo, píče, si to můžu si zahrát? Ano, musíš. Je to peak content. Každopádně možná se tady povede třeba Heavensfield. Možná, nevím. Holy shit. To se neví, že můžu zoomovat ven. No hele, uvidím. Každopádně. Já jdu zpátky do toho. Kde jsem to skončil? I would also be happy to tell you about what has happened these past 2 days at school. Issei takes off his shoes and steps up into the house. Ale tady to si vůbec nepamatuju z anime. Což jako, hádám, že já si vůbec nepamatuju Fate anime. Až dodělám Fate Routu, tak se musím kouknout znova na to anime, abych to mohl porovnat, co tam je na tom špatně. OK. Ty si užívej vládnutí noci. Bye. Užívej. Poraž ty... nevím, co tam je za nový bose, ale užívej. And steps up into the house. What do you mean in appreciation? I'm still kind of busy, you know. We can chat another time.
何を言っている？お前うちの前に自転車を乗り捨てて行っただろう。
Huh? What are you talking about? You were the one who abandoned your bike outside our place. Oh, right. I did leave a bike up in Ryudoji.
だろう？それを持ってきてやったのだ。
Right, and I brought back your bike.
俺とて忙しい中、生徒会に行かずまっすぐ家に帰りここまで戻ってきたのだ。それでも茶の一つも出せないというのかお前は。
I'm busy as well, and yet I didn't go to the student council room. Instead, I went straight home, then brought your bike back here. Are you saying you cannot even offer me some tea after that? Ugh. He did do me a favor. I might have 3 kola? Proč máš 3 kola, Shiro? Jesus. I might have 3 bikes, but out of the 3, the one I left at Ryudoji is the most expensive and my favorite. Sorry, Saber. Can we take a little break? Saber nods silently. Thanks. Then you and Issei can head to the living room. I'll prepare some tea. Japanese tea for Issei, black tea for Saber.
私も同席するのですか？それはどうかと思います。私がいては語学友と気軽な話などできないでしょう。
Am I also joining? I do not think that is appropriate. Surely you would not be able to have a casual conversation, casual conversations with your friend from school if I'm present. That's not true, right, Issei?
女はやかましいが、セーバーさんなら構わぬ。つつましい女性は文化遺産だ。
Girls may be chatty, but I do not mind you, Saber. A woman as humble as you is a precious asset, like cultural heritage. Hear that? Okay, so go on ahead.
はい。それはわかりましたが。
Yes, I understand, but... What? Is something else bothering you?
飲み物でしたら、私も日本茶を。緑茶は嫌いではありません。
If you are to prepare tea, I would like Japanese tea as well. I do not mind getting tea. Saber is fairly opinionated for some reason. It's odd hearing her say that in her usual tone. After about an hour of meaningless chatter, Issei decides to head home. Most of the small talk in the living room was about school, and I asked a few sly questions to find out if anything unusual was going on, but it seems like business as usual. I'll see you. Will you be absent tomorrow too, Emiya? Yeah, I'm not going to school this week. Saber needs to be with me tomorrow too.
あの御人と一緒なら問題はなかろう。何かと不審なところはあるが、問いただすまでもない。
Well, it shouldn't be much of an issue if you are with her. There are a few suspicious aspects to this, but I've elected not to ask about any of it. Issei nods as if satisfied. Now that I think about it, how could such a shy guy warm so quickly and easily to Saber? Hey, Issei. But it's being your first time meeting Saber. You seem to be in a good mood. What's up with that?
何を言うか。これでも寺の飯で育った身だぞ。人の良し悪しぐらい見抜けなくてどうする。素性は知らぬが、あの子の霊気は澄んでいたからな。悪い人間のはずがない。
What a strange thing to ask. I grew up in a temple, so is it really that odd for me to be able to see the good and bad in someone? I do not know her background, but I saw that her spirit and soul are pure. She cannot possibly be a bad person. Huh. I didn't know you could tell that kind of thing. I'm a little impressed.
普通はわからん。だがあれぐらい飛び抜けていると未熟者でも見て取れるのだ。
I normally can't, but even an amateur like me can tell when her spirit is on full display like that.
見習い坊主でも傍らに神仏がおられれば、神気ぐらいは感じられる。つまり、それぐらいセーバーさんの佇まいは美しい。
Crash, come on, crash! Even a monk in training will notice the holy presence of a divinity standing right beside them. Simply put, Saber is just that beautiful and pure. Well, that's rare. Issei's praising a girl. Got it. So you have taken a liking to Saber too. That's good. I was worried Issei wouldn't like her because all she did was listen to us talking.
当然だろう。彼女はいい子じゃないか。嫌うのは難しい。
Of course, she's a good person. It would be hard to dislike her. Yeah, and I know she's a good person. Even if she might be a bit aloof, Saber's always like that. So don't take that to mean she doesn't like you, Issei. Eh? She's aloof? Yeah, I've never seen her laugh before, and even when you and I were laughing pretty hard, she just kept looking stern. Actually, she was smiling pretty often. Eh? That's ridiculous. Sure, I've seen the occasional warm expression on Saber's face, but I've never seen her actually smile or laugh before. You're kidding me. I can't imagine seeing Saber laughing out loud.
いや、そういうのではなくてだな。
No, it's not like
お
that.
前が笑ってるのを見て笑っていたのだが、なんだ、気がついてなかったのか。
She was smiling when she saw you smile. Didn't you notice? Huh? She was smiling when she saw me laugh? Was she doing that to make fun of me?
なるほど。また珍妙な解釈をする。
Interesting. That's a pretty strange interpretation.
ま、そのあたりは己で悩め。何事も自問することより始まるのだ。貨物。
But you know what? You really shouldn't worry yourself over something like that. Everything begins with questioning yourself. It's a free son that he is, ends with his usual catchphrase, and leaves my house, laughing. What's with him? He leaves me with his cryptic comments. Idiot! At least he could have said goodbye. On tuší, že Saber má pro nás city. The sun is setting, so today's training ends. I'm practically at my limit, and I still have magecraft lessons from Tosaka tonight. I failed to land a blow on Saber, like I had hoped. But I should have saved at least some energy for tonight. It's also my turn to prepare dinner tonight. Saber went to wash up after me, so she won't be back for a while.
ただいまー。お、ちゃんと晩ご飯作ってるな、シロ。
I'm home. Oh, I see her making dinner, Shiro.
えらいえらい、感心感心。
Good, good. Admirable. Admirable. Fujina bursts into the living room, practically a bundle of energy, and immediately dives onto a cushion on the floor. Unlike Saber, who needs to sleep over half the day, Fujina is like this all day. Every day. I bet it's no different when she's asleep.
ねえ、シロ。このリンゴ食べていいの？
Hey Shiro, can I have this apple? She's holding one of the many apples on the table. Sure, there are a bunch, as you can see. Everyone should eat 3 a day.
そうなの？じゃあ、アップルパイでも作ろうか。主にシロがなんだけど。
Really? Then let's make an apple pie. And by we, I mean you. Fujina takes a casual bite of the apple as she makes her suggestion. I had put some apples I had already washed out on the table, but I guess she's not the sort to care. What a waste of the get well gift. Misunderstanding or no, shouldn't she be a little more considerate about the gift my friend gave me out of concern? For once, I should give her a piece of my mind. Huh? Oh! Teď asi nikam nepovede, ne? Nebo tady můžu farmit další saver pointy. No. Virginia, where's my gift? She's actually going to force me to make a pie. I should hide out for a while. What about apples, Virginia? Eat some tangerines. Já chci svůj gift. I stop prepping for dinner and take off my apron. By the time I've washed my hands and made it to the living room, Fujina's apple is gone. Fujina, did you eat the apple?
食べたよ。甘酸っぱくて美味しかった。
Yep, it was nice and sweet. Da too. Glad to hear that. Then it's your turn. I'll take whatever you got me in exchange for what you just ate.
土産ってみかん？
Huh? What I got you? Like the tangerine? I'm not going to ask how you arrived at that conclusion. I'm just asking you to show me what you've got for me today. I hope you didn't forget what you said this morning as you were leaving.
失礼ね。忘れてなんかないですよで。ほら、ここにちゃんと用意してあるんだから。
How rude. Of course I didn't forget. See? I have it right here. Virginia drops a suspicious-looking paper bag on the table, and its contents spill out. Well, that's unexpected. I actually have trouble believing Fujina managed to remember a promise she made. What even is that? I feel like this isn't anything I would... No matter how I look at it, it just looks like a mountain of trash. Well, a mountain of stuffed toys.
シロにはね、このアステカの石化面。シロの部屋って殺風景でしょう。これがあったら少しは温度が上がるよきっと。
Preserva Aztecko Kameno Masku. This Aztec stone mask for you, Shiro. Your room's pretty sparse, so I thought it might liven things up a bit. She hands me a heartwarming but somewhat scary looking sun mask. It's about the size of a handball and stuffed with cotton. Ujine, were these all from a crane game?
そうよ、トールの苦労したんだから。2時間も粘って最後には店員さんに出してもらっちゃった。
Yep, I worked really hard trying to get them. I spent 2 hours, and in the end, a worker took them out for me. She's laughing bashfully, but I'm scared to think how much blood was shed in the process.
あとはチャイニーズドラゴンとコウモリとカニと牛とサイとヘビと突撃歩兵と。
So there's also a Chinese dragon, a bat, a crab, a cow, a rhinoceros, a snake, and a soldier. Ujine gleefully sorts out the pile of stuffed toys. A few spill off the table, and the living room quickly grows cluttered with them. It's messy, but Fujine seems to be enjoying herself, so I don't have the heart to stop her. Fine, I'll take them. I want you to clean up after you organize them.
はーい、わかってまーす。
Yup, I know. I turn back to the kitchen, the stuffed toy in hand. And then I see Saber at the entrance of the living room. He must have just passed by. She looks irritated. Saber doesn't say a thing. She just glares into the living room. Saber, did you take your bath already?
はい、いい湯でした。
Yes, it was very nice. After answering my question, Saber heads into the living room, almost like a sleepwalker. Saber walks towards the table, then stops abruptly in front of one of the stuffed toys.
タイガ、この人形は獅子を模しているのですか？
Tiger, is this doll supposed to be a lion?
うん、そうみたいね。ライオンの子供だよ、それ。
Huh? Ah, yeah, looks like it. That's supposed to be a baby lion. Saber stares silently at the stuffed animal.
この散らばった人形はタイガのものなのですか？
Is this doll yours, Tiger?
そこにある人形たちと同じで。
Like those other dolls?
そうだけど、セイバーちゃん欲しい？欲しいならあげよっか。
They are. Do you want one, Saber? You can have one, if you like. Fujine's offer is made with a light-hearted smile. Good. Whoa, what the heck's Fujine thinking? Saber's obviously in a bad mood, so why is Fujine asking something so ridiculous? Besides, there's no way Saber would want something like that.
どう？いらない？私が持っててもしょうがないし、セイバーちゃんにあげてもいいよ。
Do you want it? I don't really have any use for it, so you're welcome to it, Saber. Fujine picks up the stuffed lion, not noticing Saber's distaste. Saber takes it and,
ぜひ。
if I may, she hurries forward and takes it eagerly. Eh? My mind locks up. What the hell am I seeing? Saber takes the completely useless doll and clutches it against her chest as if it were truly precious.
感謝します。ありがとう、タイガ。
I appreciate it. Thank you, Tiger.
別にいいよ。それ虎じゃないんだもん。
It's fine. It's not a tiger. That's a bit of a weird thing to throw out there, Fujine.
けど意外かな。こういうの好きなんだ、セイバーちゃんって。
But this is a surprise. I didn't know you like that kind of thing, Saber.
はい。小さくて可愛らしいものには憧れていました。
Yes, I have always longed for small, cute things.
あまりそういったものを手にする機会がなかったもので。
I had precious few opportunities to hold such things. As she speaks, Saber looks down at the stuffed lion in her arms. How could I describe her face right now? Huh? What was that? I just had the weirdest thought.
もしかしてセイバーちゃんライオンが好きなの？ライバル？
Rival? Huh? Do you like lions, Saber? Are we rivals? Saber silently nods in affirmation, all while she continues to smile down at the stuffed animal.
好きというわけではありませんが、縁があるのです。
It is not that I like lions, but I do have a connection with them.
昔、ライオンの子を預かっていたことがあって、その子が私によく懐いてくれたのが嬉しかった。
I once took care of a lion cub, and I remember being so happy that it bonded with me.
ですから、それ以来獅子には思い入れがあるのです。
Since then, I have had a special place for lions in my heart.
本来なら、私は竜を背にするものなのですが。
By nature, I'm associated with dragons.
ライオンの子供か。そういえば猫っぽいんだっけ、ライオンの子って。何？もしかして噛んだり裂いたり飛んだりする？
A lion cub, huh? Aren't lion cubs like cats? Doesn't that mean they bite, scratch, and jump?
ええ。それぐらい元気はありましたね。
Yes, it was certainly energetic.
預かっていたのは1ヶ月だけでしたが、できることなら最後まで共にいたかった。
I only took care of it for 1 month, but I would have liked to care for it till the end.
なるほどなるほど。でも難しいよね。ライオンってすっごく大きくなるじゃない？普通の家じゃ飼えないし、そりゃ手放すしかないか。
I see, I see. But it's tough. Lions get really big, so you can't take care of one in an ordinary house, so you had no choice but to let it go. Fujine nods her understanding. Saber is still looking at the stuffed lion. I'm not sure what kind of spell it cast on her. But something I shouldn't know or be able to see flashes through my mind. It has to just be some kind of dizzy spell, but I can't shake the image. It's one of her memories. This is something that really happened. I see an image of Saber rubbing her cheek against a cub. I'm not sure if this is just some fleeting vision. The only thing I know is that I would regret shaking off the sight of it. The strange vision immediately disappears. My heart is still racing. The vision I glimpsed remains in my head like a scar that will never fade. Tohle definitivně nebylo v anime, tohle skipli. I finished preparing dinner. It's past 7. Saber and Fujine are in the living room, and Tosaka, who's usually here by now, isn't. I hope nothing's happened to her. I don't think Tosaka is the type to get into trouble, but I also know she sometimes makes huge mistakes. I guess I'll go check it out. If it's just looking around the house, I should be fine alone. I head out to the hallway. As I'm about to leave the house, Tosaka walks in wearing her coat. Tosaka.
ただいま。何？エプロン姿でお出迎え？割と似合ってるじゃない、そういうの。
I'm home. What? Greeting me with your apron on? It's a good look for you. Tosaka jokes casually, but her face is completely expressionless. That's scary. The people who can joke like that with such a straight face are the most terrifying sort of people. Tosaka, what were you? The moment I try to ask her what happened, I spot blood on her hand. It's a small bloodstain and her index finger is swollen. Does that mean... Tosaka, I have a bad feeling and I can't keep it quiet.
何よ。つまんないことなら聞かないわよ。
What? I'm not listening if it's stupid. Actually, did you maybe punch somebody?
ごめんと。何かとやかましい神事にナックルパートを見舞いしてきたわ。
To si vůbec nepamatuju. Bingo! I gave that annoying Shinji a piece of my mind at the end of my fist. Tosaka huffs and passes right by me. Okay, so she gave him a knuckle sandwich. And the bloodstain and swollen finger would make sense. Hey, wait! Hold up. What do you mean you hit Shinji Tosaka?
うるさいわね。気に食わなかったからギッタンギッタンにしてやっただけよ。
Why are you interrogating me about this? He pissed me off, so I beat him to a pulp. To a pulp? When you mean with your fists? You did it with your bare fists?
ベアもベア。グリズリー級にベアよ。
Bear as can be. Bear like a grizzly. Tosaka snorts again. A brief silence. I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. An awkward silence stretches between us. Let me get back to the point. You said you punched Shinji. Why did you have to do that?
殴って当然じゃない。私に自分匿名だの。シローは使えないやつだから見限れだの言うからよ。
Oh. He deserved it. He was saying things like I should team up with him and that I should abandon Shiro because he's useless.
人を呼びつけておいてつまんないこと言うから、殴りつけて黙らせたの。
Bravo! Bravissimo! Bravissimo! He wanted to talk to me about a bunch of stupid stuff, so I had to quiet him down by punching him. Isn't that short-sighted even for you, Tosaka? Or maybe Shinji said something so stupid that he actually pissed Tosaka off, even though she's usually so level-headed?
何よその目。言っとくけど、被害者は私の方よ。
Why are you looking at me like that? I'm the victim here. I think it goes both ways. But why would Shinji talk to you about something like that? He asked me if I wanted to team up with him.
さあ、あいつ、シローにライバル意識でもあるんじゃない？私とシローが一緒に住んでるって教えてから、かなりおかしくなってたし。
Who knows? He might actually think of you as competition. He's been acting pretty weird ever since I told him we were living together. What? You told him we were living together? You told Shinji about us?
ええ、話したわよ。昨日の朝だったかな。シンジのやつ、私を呼びつけて、僕もマスターになったから遠坂と同じさ、なんて偉そうに言ってくるんだもの。なんか頭にきてね。
Data times tweet? Of course I did. Yesterday morning, Shinji called me up to tell me, all proud, about how he became a master. Like some kind of a hotshot. It kind of pissed me off, so I told him you were a master too.
それで身の程を知ったかなって思ったのに、ついさっきうちの前で待ち伏せしてたってわけ。
I thought that put him in his place, but then I found him waiting outside the house just now.
で、悪いけど、もうエミヤ君の家で暮らしているから、あんたみたいな半端なマスターと協力する気はないって言ったんだ。
To bylo hodně zlý, ale miluju to.
もしかしてマジか？
Skvělý approach, Tosako. So I told him that I'm living at your house, and that I had no intention of working with a half-assed master like him. You think that was bad? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Shinji was already smitten with Tosaka, so what she told him is just adding fuel to the fire. Well, but still, now it all makes sense. I figured out why Shinji's been hostile only towards Tosaka, and why he's being so persistent about asking her to team up with him. Meaning he...
けど不思議よね。シンジのやつ、なんだって私にこだわるのかしら。あいつの性格から言って、誰かと協力する考えは浮かばないと思うんだけど。
kokot. But that's strange. Why would he be so obsessed with me? A guy like him would never think about working with anyone. Actually, it's because Rin is special to Shinji. Nothing strange about any of this. I think you're special to Shinji. It's originally from a mage family, right? I think he admires you, since you're also from a mage family, but you still have power and a proper lineage. That's why he's so persistent with Osaka. I think Rin's been a target for Shinji's affection since long before the Holy Grail War started.
ちょっとそりゃ好意を持たれるのは嬉しいけど。
What? Well, yeah, I'm flattered that he likes me, but... It must have been a real surprise. Osaka looks completely bewildered.
ああ、思い出した。 1年の頃、シンジに告白されてたわ、私。
Now that you mention it, Shinji asked me out when we were first years. For a moment, her expression as she realizes what she had obviously forgotten is almost comical. I sympathize with Shinji just now.
わあ、道理で懲りずに話しかけてくるはずだ。納得したわ。
Whoa, no wonder he's so persistent. I finally get it. Well, whatever. So, how did you reply?
断ったんじゃない？
Oh, I guess I rejected him.
私、勝負事は先出しじゃないと気が済まないの。
I'll have you know that I have to be the first to win.
やるなら自分からっていうか、相手から勝負を仕掛けられても乗れないっていうか。
If I'm going to do something, it needs to be my own idea. And if someone challenges me to something, I don't really feel up to it. Tosaka thinks really hard, but she's acting as if she really doesn't remember. I'm astonished. She might be entirely driven by her emotions. Tosaka, I bet you're really bad at rock, paper, scissors.
嘘？なんであんたがそんなこと知ってるのよ？
What? How do you know that? Fuck.
嘘？
I knew
なん
it.
であんたがそんなこと知
If
って
she
るのよ？
likes to make the first move, she's probably not great when she has to react to someone else. Use the soy sauce for that, Saber. Don't you dare try putting mayonnaise on it.
そうでしたか。いえ、タイガがそちらをかけているので、私もそうするべきなのかと。
If you say so. I witnessed Taiga doing it, so I thought I should try it as well. Fujina's just clowning around. She's hardly a good role model, so be careful from now on.
そうでしたか。以前はさくらを参考にしていたので、シロに注意されることはなかったのですが。
Is that so? I was referencing Sakura before, and you took no issue with that. So, well, I'm not mad about it. I took the time to make the meal, so I just want you to enjoy it. So, back to our conversation.
シロ、おかわり。お味噌汁は具沢山ね。
Shiro, another helping. Fill my soup bowl up. Give me a bit of everything. Got it. What about you, Saber? You trained harder than usual today, so you might be hungrier.
私は特に。ですが念のため、もう一杯いただいておきます。
Not especially, but just to be sure, I'll take another serving. Got it. If I find you woke up in the middle of the night and raided the fridge because you are too hungry to sleep, I might die of shock.
あ、ひどい。あれは私じゃないよ。見知らぬ泥棒さんが冷蔵庫を荒らしていっただけだい。
Why would you bring that up? That wasn't me. It was some burglar who came in and raided the fridge. Then go tell that burglar to eat her vegetables as well as meat. And tell her not to eat all the dessert in the fridge, if that's what she was really after. Honestly, you're not like a hungry wild beast or anything.
なに？私を虎と呼ぶな！
What did you just say? Don't call me a tiger! Oh, I didn't say anything about you. Yo! Who in their right mind would throw a piping hot daikon radish at me, you idiot?
シロ、台所の方で鍋が沸騰しているようですが。
Shiro, it appears a pot in the kitchen is boiling over. Huh? Oh, hold on, Fujina. I need to turn the fire off.
よろしい。鶏肉とゆで卵の醤油煮を早く持ってくるのだ。
Very well. Hurry up and bring the soy sauce, braised chicken, and egg. On it. I'm leaving Fujina in your hands, Saber.
はい。どうぞ慌てずに調理をしてください、シロ。
Yes, please do not rush. Focus on the cooking, Shiro. I get up. Oh, that reminds me. Why has Tosaka been so quiet this whole time? Tosaka, are you not liking the dinner?
別に何でもないから話しかけないで。
It's not that. It's nothing. So don't talk to me. She turns her head away, grimly. She's not the type to dwell on things like Shinji for so long, so there must be something else bothering her. Oh, ne, co jsem provedl. Fujine goes home satisfied after dinner. Saber and Tosaka are in the living room. At first, that had been awkward. But after training with Saber for the last 2 days, it doesn't feel that way anymore. Saber, you can go to bed if I'll do the rest.
いえ、シローが眠るまでは私も起きています。シローの魔術がどれほどの腕なのか、リンから聞きたいところでもありますから。
No, I will stay awake until you go to sleep. I would also like to hear from Rin about your skills in magecraft. Got it. Then let's go to Tosaka's room early. You don't mind, Tosaka?
ええ、構わないけど。随分とセイバーと仲良くなったのね、あなた。
Oh, that's a Shimla. No, I don't mind. I have to say, you sure have gotten friendly with Saber. Huh? For some reason, Tosaka says this with the same miffed tone she had when we were eating dinner.
部屋で待ってるから、後片付けが終わったら来て。
I'll be waiting in my room, so come by after you finish cleaning up.
それと、明日からは私も学校を休むから。午後は私のところに来なさいよね。
And I'll take the day off school tomorrow too. Come to my room in the afternoon.
シロー、リンに何かしたのですか？彼女は怒っているように見えましたが。
Shiro, what did you do to Rin? She seems to be very angry. You think that too, Saber? I don't know. I don't think I've done anything to make her mad. Saber and I face each other and tilt our heads. We have no idea why Tosaka's so angry. To prostě idioti jsme.
それじゃあ、手始めにこのランプを強化してみて。
Okay, try to strengthen this lamp for starters.
周りのガラスの強度だけ上げればいいから。
You just need to reinforce the glass. Tosaka hands me an odd-looking lamp. I sit on the floor. I cup the lamp with my hands and take a deep breath. Tosaka says it like it's so easy, but I'm all tense from nervousness. I've been trying this every night, but with a success rate below 0.1%. Tosaka says she wants to see what I can do to measure my skill, but there's nothing to measure if my strengthening doesn't work in the first place. I try to shake off any distractions. Right now, I need to focus on the lamp. The blueprint of the lamp pops into my head. The material of the glass, its composition, the flow of its power, I can see it, as if it were a network of blood vessels. Then all I have to do is to infuse my magical energy into those vessels. I just have to do what I always do. The sensation of burning metal rods sliding down my spine. All I have to do is let that burning nerve into myself, however much it shouldn't exist in a human body, and let it fuse with me. As long as that works, all I have to do is to pour the right amount of magical energy into the glass. Oh, it shatters. I couldn't control myself and I ended up using more magical energy than I should have, and the glass shattered. I looked timidly at Tosaka.
やっぱり、そうじゃないかって思ってたんだけど、本当にそうだったか。
Figured. I was afraid this might be the case, and it is. Huh? What do you mean, Tosaka?
そんなの決まってるでしょ。あんたの才能のなさに呆れたのよ。そもそも基本がなってない。まったく、よくもそんなデタラメな方法で魔力を生成できるもんだって感心するわよ。
Isn't it obvious? I was absolutely baffled by your lack of skill. First of all, you don't even understand the basics. Honestly, I'm impressed you can produce any magical energy at all with a method so completely absurd. Tosaka, are you mad?
当たり前じゃない。こんな基本的な問題を抱えたまま鍛錬してきたあんたにも呆れてるし、間違いを正さなかったあんたの死には殺意さえ覚えるわ。
Of course I'm mad. I can hardly believe you've been training when you have such basic problems. I kind of want to kill your mentor for not correcting you.
なんだってあんたはこんな遠回りなことになってるのよ。
Why are you doing it in such a roundabout way? I get it, but don't badmouth my old man. It's my own fault that I don't have talent. He's got nothing to do with it.
関係あるわよ。仮にも弟子にしたんなら教え子の道を正すのが師匠じゃない。
He has everything to do with it. A teacher's job is to correct a student's errors, and he took you on as an apprentice.
そりゃもういない人に当たっても仕方がないけど、それにしたってあんたの師匠は初めの手順を間違えているわ。
I know it's pointless to take it out on someone who's not here anymore, but your teacher got the first step wrong. Tosaka, clearly still angry, takes something that looks like a can out of a bag. It looks like a can filled with colorful hard candy, that sort of thing children overseas might like. I've seen similar containers in Japan too. They hold a variety of differently flavored candies. The white ones are mint.
シロ、手出して。
Shida, hold out your hand. I do as she asks. Tosaka shakes out the can, and red candy drops into my hand.
はい。それ飲んで。
Here, swallow this. What? Again, I do as she asks. It's not sweet. Actually, there's no flavor at all. And the texture is more like a rock than candy. I forced myself to swallow it. Whoa, ouch. My throat's tingling. What was that, Osaka?
何って宝石に決まってるじゃない。見てわからなかった？
What do you mean? It's a jewel. Couldn't you tell? She says it so casually. But it's totally outrageous. A jewel? Why?
仕方ないでしょ。薬も用意してきたんだけど、白を矯正するにはそんなものじゃ効かないの。だから一番強いのでスイッチを開くしかないなって。
I couldn't help it. I had some medicine too, but that won't work if I want to correct you. I figure I need to use the strongest possible options to open up your switch. That's not my point. Why did you make me swallow a jewel? I can't digest that.
あのね、不安がるならもっと別のことを不安がりなさい。ただの宝石じゃないんだから。
You know, if you're going to worry, you should worry about other stuff. That wasn't an ordinary jewel.
今のはまだ分かってないあなたに無理やり分からせるための矯正装置。そろそろ解き始める頃だから、気合い入れてないと気絶するわよ。
What I gave you just now is a compulsory learning device. Since you don't know anything at all, it's going to start melting soon, so brace yourself or you'll faint. You say that I'm going to faint so casual. Just as I say that, it starts to get weird. What? My body is burning. My limbs are starting to go numb. Heat builds up in my back in a flare of what I can only describe as pain. I furrow my brow and try to concentrate, or I know I'll fall over. What did... I know this feeling. This is the feeling of failure. This is my body reacting when it fails to construct a magic circuit inside me.
大丈夫。苦しいでしょうけど、今の状態を維持していれば少しずつ楽になるわ。もっとも、体の熱さだけは2、3週間続くだろうけど。
It's okay. It might be painful, but it should slowly ease up as long as you maintain this state. Though the heat could last for 2 or 3 weeks. Fuck.
大丈夫。苦しいでしょうけど、今の状態を維持していれば。
I really want to respond, but I can't stay composed enough to do it. Shut up!
2、3週間続くだろうけど。
All I can do is muster the strength to stay balanced so I don't topple over.
いい？魔術師と人間の違いっていうのはスイッチがあるかないかなの。
Listen, the difference between a mage and a human is the presence of or absence of a switch.
このスイッチっていうのは魔術回路のオンオフだってのはわかるでしょ？
You already know that the switch is for turning the magic circuit on and off.
ほら、そこにお湯を沸かせる電気ポットがあるじゃない？魔術師っていうのはそれなの。で、普通の人はお湯は沸かせないけど、お湯を保温できるポットってわけ。
See the electric kettle over there? Mages are like that. Ordinary humans are just regular kettles that can't boil water on their own. but I can at least keep it warm.
似たようで違うものなのよ、私たちは。
That's what we are. Similar but different.
お湯を沸かすスイッチのあるなしは、もう個人ではどうしようもない問題でしょ。
The difference is in whether someone has a switch to boil the water or not.
生まれつき、いえ、作られる時に電気ポットか保温瓶か分けられるんだもの。スイッチがない人には一生魔術なんて体験できない。
The moment we are born with it, or rather, the moment it's made, is when we are separated into electric kettles and plain, insulated bottles. Anyone who doesn't have this switch won't ever be able to experience magecraft.
いい？あなたは素人だけど、魔術回路は確かにある。
Yeah, you see, you might be an amateur, but you do have a magic
つま
circuit.
り適性はあるのよ。だから一度でも魔術回路を体内に作ってしまえば、あとは切り替えるだけでいい。
That means you have an affinity for it. It's why, once you've created a magic circuit inside you, all you have to do is use the
ス
switch.
イッチを押して自分の中でオンとオフを切り替えるだけで魔力はなるわ。
You're just toggling the switch on and off to produce magic energy. I calm my breathing. Just as Tosaka said, so long as I maintain my composure, things don't get worse.
魔術回路を作るのは一度だけでいいのよ。だっていうのに、あなたは毎回一から魔術回路を作って自分の中に組み込もうとしている。
You only have to make a magic circuit once, but all this time you've been creating a magic circuit from scratch and incorporating it into yourself every time you use it.
それは無駄なの。一度でも体内に確立したものなら、あとは切り替えるだけでいいんだから。
And that's such a waste. Once you've created the circuit inside yourself, even once, all you have to do is turn it on or off.
本来ね、魔術回路を成し得たものは、次にいつでも切り替えられる鍛錬を受けるのよ。
Normally, those who have created a magic circuit would be trained in how to turn it on and off next.
けど、あなたの死はそれをしなかった。だから毎回、死の危険性を負って魔術回路を作る、なんて真似をしてる。
But your mentor didn't do that, so you've been risking your life creating a magic circuit every time.
いえ、もしかしたらあなたの父親も同じ勘違いをしていたのかもしれないけど。
Of course, your father may have been misinformed too. I exhale. Sensation is starting to return to my limbs.
ずっと間違って鍛錬してきたあなたのスイッチは閉じている。こうなっちゃうと力技でこじ開けてシロの体にスイッチがあるって分からせなくちゃいけないでしょ。
Since you have been training the wrong way for so long, your switch is closed, which means all I can do is to force it open and make your body understand it has a switch.
いい？今の宝石はね、そのスイッチを強制的にオンにするものよ。だからシロはずっとそのまま。元の状態に戻りたかったら、シロ自身の力でオフにするしかない。
You see, that jewel you swallowed forces that switch on. So, you'll be like this forever unless you can use your own strength to turn it off and return to your normal state.
それができたのなら、あとは宝石の助けなんていらないわ。以後は比較的簡単な精神の作用で、あなたは魔術回路を操れるようになる。
If you can do that, you won't need the help of the jewel. After that, you should be able to control your magic circuit with some simple mental commands. I get that, but can we do something about this burning sensation? She keeps telling me to turn off the switch, but how the hell am I supposed to do that?
もう喋れるの？
Eh? You can already talk? Fuck me.
ほー、自身のコントロールはうまいんだ。なら、思ったより早く元に戻れるかもね。
Huh. I guess you're good at controlling yourself. You might get back to normal faster than I thought.
スイッチそのものは、今の状態を落ち着けよう。早く楽になろうって体の方で勝手にオフにしてくれるから。
As for the switch itself, your body will naturally try to turn it off to calm down and get comfortable as quickly as it can.
あとはそのスピードを自分の意思で速くするだけ。ね、簡単でしょ?
All you have to do is to will that process to speed up. Easy, right? It's not. I don't get it. You say there's a switch, but it doesn't feel real to me.
今はそうだけど、そのうち明確にイメージできるようになるわ。頭の中にポンってボタンが浮かぶようになるから。あとはそれを切り替えるだけで、とりあえず魔術回路は簡単に開けるようになるわよ。
You might think that right now, but eventually you'll be able to form a really clear image. It'll be like a button in your mind. All you have to do is press it. It should open your magic circuit. Easy as that. I hope so, but I just feel sick right now.
でしょうね。シロ、今まで強化の魔術を使ったら、すぐに魔術回路を閉じてたでしょ。
I figured you would. You've always closed your magic circuit after using your strengthening magecraft, right?
今はその逆で、ずっと魔術回路が開いている状態だもの。いつでも全力疾走しているようなものだから、苦しいのは当たり前よ。
Now you're doing the opposite, opening your magic circuit up. It's like you're running at full speed this whole time. So of course it's tough.
けど、魔術師ならそれぐらいは必須条件なんだから。マスターとして戦うって言うんなら、スイッチのオンオフはきっとシローの助けになる。
But it's all part of being a mage. If you're going to fight as a master, turning the switch on and off will be a huge help to you. I know, you took me by surprise. I appreciate what you did. You're right. Once I grasp the idea of the switch, it'll help a lot.
わかってるじゃない。けど、感謝される言われなんてないわよ。私は協力者であるあんたが弱いままだと困るから手助けしているだけなんだから。
So you understand. No need to thank me though. You're my ally, so I'm only doing this because I can't afford you to be weak forever. Dosaka huffs and looks away. Maybe it's because my body's all warm, but dazed as I am, I find myself thinking that Dosaka might just be a good person.
何よ、人の顔ジロジロ見て。
What? Why are you staring at me like that? Nothing. I just thought you weren't really being honest.
そう、そんな軽口を叩けるなんて余裕あるじゃないエミヤ君。そんなに元気なら続けて教えても大丈夫よね。
I see. You must have a lot of spare energy if you can manage to be so flippant right now. If you're fine, then you won't mind me continuing, right? Dosaka grins wickedly and draws closer. Hold on a minute, I still can't move her muscles, so what is she... Hey!
それじゃあもう一度強化をしてみて。
Try doing your strengthening magecraft again.
今のあなたじゃ魔力のコントロールもできないだろうけど、その状態に慣れてもらわないと戦力にならないわ。
You might not be able to control your magical energy right now, but you'll be no use in battle unless you can get used to being in this state.
大丈夫。ランプは山ほど持ってきたし、何十回失敗するかわからないけど、強化が成功するまで休ませてなんてあげないから。
It's okay. I brought a ton of lamps. I don't know how many times you're going to fail, but I'm not going to let you rest until you succeed in strengthening. She smiles, and even though I can hardly move, she hands me a lamp. Dosaka, this is brutal. It's like forcing someone to walk a tightrope while they have a 40-degree fever.
参ったわ。まさかこっちが先に値を上げることになるなんてね。
Honestly, I didn't think I would give up before you did. Dosaka glares at me. Her penetrating stare is accusing. Sorry?
私の見通しが甘かった。まさか30個全部壊されるなんて思いもしなかったから。
I underestimated you. I never imagined you would destroy all 30.
悪いけど、今日の鍛錬はこれでおしまいよ。シローの強化を測れる道具がないから。
Sorry, but that's it for today's training. We don't have anything else left to measure your skill at strengthening. Come on, at least I tried. I tried hard, even though my body was burning up like I had been thrown into a boiling kettle. I tried, but in the end I didn't manage to succeed in my magecraft a single time. You know, if it's just a glass that broke, you can't fix it. I saw you fix the broken window in my house the other day.
無理。あれは普通に破損したものでしょ。こっちはシローの魔力に耐えきれなくなって割れたものだもの。他人の魔力を帯びたものに干渉するのは難しいって覚えておいて。
I can't. That window got broken normally, but these lamps broke because it couldn't hold all your magical energy. It's much harder to work with things infused with someone else's magical energy. Remember that, okay? Yeah?
そうよ。いいからシローは休んでいいわ。今日はスイッチを呼び起こしただけでよしとしましょう。
That's right. Go ahead and rest, Shiro. I'll call this a win since I managed to trigger your switch.
コントロールできるようになったらこの続きを教えるから。
Once you're able to control it, I'll teach you the rest. Phew! I appreciate the chance to rest, but what else are you going to teach me?
シロー、強化しかできないんでしょ。前にそれしか使えないって言ってたけど、それならもう少し上級の変化ぐらいまで持っていけるかもしれない。
You can only do strengthening magecraft, right? You said that's all you can do, so I might be able to kick it up another notch and teach you alteration magecraft.
強化と変化、それに投影の魔術について教わったことはない？
Have you been taught what strengthening, alteration, and projection magecraft are? I have a little. Strengthening is, as the word suggests, used to strengthen something. Most people typically think of strengthening as just making something harder, but it actually involves enhancing an object's attributes and effects. A sword gets sharper, a lamp glows brighter, and so on. Alteration doesn't need much explanation. For example, you can't start a fire using blades. Alteration is when some ability beyond the object's usual traits is imbued into it. And then projection is... Wait, what's projection again? I remember my old man saying that Bod is a waterlord, but...
強化と変化は知ってるんでしょ？なら投影もおのずと想像はつくと思うけど。
You know what strengthening and alteration are, right? I think you can imagine what projection is.
まあ、要するに物を複製するって魔術よ。
Simply put, it's magecraft that can replicate things.
強化や変化みたいに元からあるものに手を加える魔術じゃないわ。
Unlike strengthening and alteration, projection isn't a magecraft that imbues an object with something.
基本的には無から1から10をすべて自分の魔力で構成するものだから難易度的には最高ね。
It's essentially a magecraft that constructs something from nothing, using only your magical energy. It's one of the most difficult disciplines.
けど魔力ってのは使い捨てでしょ？
Oh, but you know that magical energy is disposable, right?
投影で作り上げたものはすぐに消えてしまうのよ。
Anything you create with projection will quickly
10
disappear.
の魔力を使って作り上げた投影の剣と1の魔力で強化させた剣とでは強化の剣の方が強くなる。
If you project a sword with 10 times the magical energy you use to strengthen an existing sword, the strengthened sword will still be
強化
stronger.
は手を加えるだけでいいから効率がいいってわけ。
Strengthening augments something, so it's efficient.
その点、投影は魔力を使いすぎるからメジャーに使われる魔術じゃないわ。
On the other hand, projection uses way too much magical energy, so it's not really used all that often. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I remember now. My old man said something similar. He said it wasn't worth it, so I shouldn't pursue it.
そういうこと。さあ、質問が済んだのなら終わりにしましょう。足元もおぼつかないようだし、部屋の前までぐらいは送っていってあげるから。
Exactly. Now if you're done asking questions, let's call it a day. You seem shaky on your feet, so I can help you get back to your room. Tosaka helps me to my room, and Seba is waiting for me by the veranda corridor.
お疲れ様でした、二人とも。
Good work, both of you. I don't even have the strength to answer. I just nod in thanks and head into my room.
シロはどうですか、リン。
How is Shiro doing, Rin?
ダメ、すっごくダメ。あいつ才能ないわ。
Bad. Really bad. He doesn't have the talent. It's a typically merciless Tosaka response. And the next thing I know, I'm staring up at the night sky. Tonight, I'm not trying to run away because I'm anxious around Saber. I'm just trying to let the night wind cool... the night wind cool my burning body, and to think about what Tosaka taught me. Once I can use my switch, then it'll be time to think about the next steps. If I can't even manage the simple task of strengthening, I don't know what the future might hold for me. I try to infuse magical energy into a wooden plank I dragged out from the shed as I mumbled to myself. A cracking sound echoes up to me. The plank cracks and my strengthening fails. I can see its structure fine, but I don't understand why I can't control my magical energy. Tosaka said I was putting too much power into it. She even said that I should just use small amounts of magical energy and just focus on reinforcing the object's weak points. So she's basically telling me to take it easy. She doesn't have to remind me. Problem is, I can't manage to ease up. If only there was a good way to relax. The sound of barely audible footsteps just reaches my ears. This is the second time I've sensed that presence. What? I don't need anything from you.
それは私も同じだ。だが、リンが気に病んでいるようなのでな。見るに見かねたというやつだ。
The feeling's mutual, Rin. However, the feeling's mutual. Rin, however, is apparently concerned about you. I can't just sit by and do nothing about that. I throw the plank away, glaring at Archer. Archer seems curious about the plank. He picks it up.
強化の魔術か。にしてもひどい出来だ。
Strengthening magecraft, huh? Pretty pathetic quality too, I might add. What? Yeah, I know I'm not a fully trained mage. I feel bad for making your master take on extra work for me.
いや、そうではない。これに関してはリンも間違えている。
No, that's not it. Even Rin is mistaken on this matter. Eh? What do you mean?
元からあるものに手を加える。それは高望みしすぎだ。そんなことができるほど、お前は器用ではあるまい。
Applying new traits to something that already exists? That's just wishful thinking. You aren't skillful enough to do something like that. He's just saying whatever he wants, but I can't think of a response. He's right. I know I'm not skilled enough, and it's my own fault I can't do magecraft properly. There's no point in taking it out on him.
どうした？昨夜ほどの元気はないか？
What's wrong? You were more spirited last night. Shut up. I'm not just saying anything because you're right. It's all my fault for not being good enough. I huff and look away. I don't know how he interpreted that, but...
お前はある意味、死に恵まれていないのかもしれないな。
in a way, I think you've been cursed with poor mentors. Archer almost sounds impressed for a moment. Eh? That's not true. My old man and Tosaka are good teachers. I'm the one who can't learn.
だからだ。お前相手にはな、何も分かっていない魔術師の方がうまく作用する。
That's exactly it. You're better off with a mage who has no talent.
天才には凡人の悩みは分からない。
Geniuses will never understand the struggles of ordinary people.
リンは優等生すぎるから、落ちこぼれであるお前の間違いに気がつかないのだ。
Rin is far too brilliant to understand the mistakes a failure like you is making. I don't really get what Archer's trying to say. I don't get it, but if I had to guess... I don't get it. Are you just trying to pick a fight? If so, bring it on.
それも間違いだ。エミやシロは格闘には向かない。
Another mistake. You're not fit for fighting, Shiro Emiya.
お前の戦いは精神の戦い。己との戦いであるべきだからだ。
Your battle is supposed to be a mental one, a fight against your own self. They say a mage's battle is a mental one. I'll already know that, but if we're gonna fight, it should be with our fists.
まったく。これではセイバーも苦労しよう。
Honestly, you're making things pretty hard on Saber. Archer despises me from the bottom of his heart. I've never seen his eyes like this. They seem filled with real disappointment and anger.
一度しか言わんからよく聞け。
I'm only going to say this once, so listen carefully.
戦いになれば、エミやシローに勝ち目などない。
You haven't got a prayer of winning once the battle
お
starts.
前のスキルでは、何をやってもサーバントには通じない。
None of your skills are worth a damn against servants. Saber already told me that. I won't win in battle. No matter what grand scheme I try, I have no chance of victory.
ならば、せめてイメージしろ。現実で叶わない相手なら、想像の中で勝て。
Then at least imagine it. If you can't possibly beat the opponent in reality, then beat them in your imagination.
自身が勝てないのなら、勝てるものを幻想しろ。
If you can't win yourself, imagine something that can win.
所詮、お前にできることなど、
It's
そ
all
れぐ
you
らいしかないのだから。
it's all you can really do. I don't know why, but Archer's words strike a chord with me. My heart's telling me not to forget them. More than anyone else, I know I should never forget what this man's saying.
どうかしているな。殺すべき相手に助言をするなど。どうやら私にも凛の甘さが映ったようだ。
What a joke. I can't believe I'm giving advice to someone I should be killing. I guess a bit of Rin's softness has rubbed off on me. All of a sudden, Archer disappears. Archer's supposed to be keeping watch. He must have gone back to the roof, where he can do that best. What's with him? I complain to the empty air. Naturally, there's no response. While Archer's words echo in my mind, the cold air blows over my flushed body. OK, nový den a tady to asi pomalu ukončím. Den 9. 8. únor. Už se někam dostáváme. Neo. Ale teď musím hrát Uma Musume. OK. I'm dreaming. Jo, hele, máme to uložený. Takže back to title. A doufám, že jste si užili dnešní stream, guys. Skoro 2hodinkový, skoro zase 1:40, klasika. Takže, dostali jsme se do nového dne, to je cool. Trénovali jsme se Saber, Srin a Archer nám dal ten důležitý advice, který pomůže Shirovi s něčím důležitým. Co? S čím nám to pomůže? No, to se dozvíme asi tak do 5 streamů. Každopádně, doufám, že jste si užili dnešní stream. Já ano, miluju Fate a snad se uvidíme co nejdřív. Možná zítra. Uvidíme, jak se budu cítit. Snad co nejlíp. Práce je těžká, guys. No, každopádně. Snad se uvidíme co nejdřív a do té doby nashledanou.